Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Raman Virapin. I'm a full-time medical doctor, and I'm also a home bartender. And I teach other busy professionals how to make cocktails at home. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one item I would buy first if I was starting my home bar completely all over again from scratch. And I've been a home bartender actually for almost 5 years now. And as you can see, I've accumulated a lot of different types of bartending tools and equipment over these past 5 years. So I'll go over my whole setup here. I have my three different types of ice cube molds here. One for larger Collins spears, the larger ice cubes, and then the smaller ice cubes. I have my two types of jiggers. I have my bottle opener. I have my spoon for stirring cocktails. My Boston shaker right here. My Hawthorne strainer. This is all on top of this bartending mat that I have here. In this bag from Cruise Supply, I have my different types of pour spouts, and I have a few of them that you can see right here. And then this glass is a Pyrex glass that I like to use for measuring out ingredients when I'm making larger batch cocktails like punches, or if I'm making syrups like simple syrup or honey syrup, which I actually have stored in these bottles, which are also from Cruise Supply Company. And I bought these bottles specifically to store homemade syrups. And then the final piece of equipment that I have is this atomizer, which I use to do rinses like an absinthe rinse and a sazerac. So as you can see, I've accumulated a lot of equipment and tools over the years. And if you're watching this, you may be tempted to just go out and buy everything all at once. And I would say bartending is a hobby where you want to build up slowly. You want to slowly make your first few cocktails, then get going and buy more equipment, and then make more cocktails and things like that. The same way you build up in terms of your syrups, ingredients, and liquors, you want to also build up with your equipment. So if I was to start my home bar completely from scratch this year in 2025, the first item that I would buy would be this jigger right here. So this is the jigger measuring cup from Barfly. It's going to be linked in the description below. And the reason I like this jigger more than other types of jiggers is just because, as you can see, there's different lines on the inside. So you can measure so many different types of measurements with just one jigger. Whereas this jigger, for example, it can only measure three quantities: quarter ounce, half ounce, and a 3/4 ounce on this side. This can measure so many different types. On the inside, there's a bunch of different lines. So you can actually measure half ounce, 3/4 ounce, 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce, 2 ounces. And then finally, if you fill it up all the way to the top, you can actually get 2.5 ounces. And the other cool thing about this is that if you flip it over, this little surface right here, this is actually 3/8 of an ounce. And that's not that common in drinks, but if you're trying to split your citrus base, you need 3 ounces, 3/4 ounce of citrus juice, and you just want to do half lime, half lemon, you can do that here. Or if you're making certain drinks where you want to split the syrup, for example, a penicillin has 3/8 of an ounce of honey syrup and 3/8 ginger syrup. You can use this to measure that right here. So it just gives you a little bit extra flexibility. The only real reason I use this other jigger is because this actual top half is half an ounce, and there's a line on the inside, so if you just measure up to that line, it's a 1/4 ounce. So I use this jigger only to measure 1/4 ounces. This jigger gets you every other measurement, and 1/4 ounce is so rare that you can just use this, and you can even eyeball half an ounce. That's 1/4 ounce. So if you could only buy one of these things to go ahead and start your bartending journey, go ahead and buy this Barfly jigger. It's going to be linked in the description below.